This video is sponsored by PotownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards. Want to start playing competitively? It's very easy to do so with instant email delivery with the codes, and they have a huge variety of codes up on their website, reaching from league battle decks, specific promo codes, or even the latest booster packs in town. So definitely check out PotownStore.com, and you can use the coupon code ZapDosTCG for 5% off your next order. How wonderful is that? Also check out cardmarket.com. This is a European platform that I personally use every day. If you're a European player, you're obligated to check out the link in the description below. We're going to be able to check out Card Market, and you can buy cards and sell cards to people all across Europe, so definitely do so. You're going to be helping me out a ton. So definitely enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace! Sup YouTube, it's ZapDosTCG here, and welcome back to our TCG video on my channel. Since TCGO is down right now for maintenance, we're actually going to be ranking off the top 9 best amazing rare Pokemon. There's only 9 of them, and we're going to be ranking them, all of them, from the first one that got revealed in Vivid Voltage all the way to the ones that we're getting in Shining Fate. So in total there's 9 amazing rares. Will we get more? That is still not clear, but I don't think there's gonna be amazing rares in battle style, so it's a short-lived mechanic. But nevertheless, these are amazing, fantastic looking Pokemon cards. It's like Picasso himself like painted all over these cards, and they actually are looking very nicely in real life. If you have one of these cards, they actually will become worth quite a bit in the future. For now they're not worth too much, but in the future I reckon you that is going to be costing quite a little bit of these amazing rares. They're sought after, they're legendary Pokemon first of all, and that's very interesting for sure. Okay, my personal opinion will start. If your opinion is different, be sure to let me know what your top 9 list looks like in the comment section. I'm very curious to see which amazing rare that you find to be the best. Okay, first of all on the list is Celebi. Celebi is ranking 9th here, and that's just because it's like kind of mediocre. We are in an era with basic Pokemon, with tag teams and all that, having 270, sometimes 280 HP. This is a basic Pokemon only having 60 HP. That brings me back all the way back to base set. This legendary Pokemon has way too low of an HP to actually do something amazing. Get it? No pun intended. And this actually has the attack Energy Press, 30 damage for every energy attached to the opponent's active Pokemon. In theory, this could be nice, but hitting for Grass Weakness has not been kind in the TCG lately. You could like slap a Colossal VMAX, but that even will tank up that hit because typically like those decks that are weak to grass don't have a lot of energies onto them. And you also hit a maximum damage output depending on the opponent. The opponent can play around it if they see a Celebi, although it could come out of nowhere. We just slapping it down, attach of turn and slapping huge damage. I'm not a big fan of the card because it has that low amount of HP that it goes for it. Also, it's Amazing Bloom, reminds me of Leafeon GX back in the day. For every one of your bench Pokemon, search your deck for a card that evolves from this Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon. So very much like Grand Bloom GX of Leafeon GX, and that card also didn't see any success. This needs a Lightning and a Psychic. I know there's Aurora Energy, I know there's Tapu Koko Prism Star, but evolving your entire bench, I don't know if that's going to be necessary. I would rather play like a huge amount of rare candies and just try to evolve them that way. So unfortunately it falls short, hasn't seen any spark in the competitive scene whatsoever, so I'm putting it here on the number 9 spot. We're gonna go over to number 8. Could you guess what is on the number 8 spot? There's a lot of cards that we still have to go through, so it is going to be ta-ta, Kyogre. This is a new one coming from Shining Fates, and it has that amazing surge attack, slapping 80 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. In the past, we've learned that Tapu Koko Flying Flip was a thing back in the day and was very good. A DCE, 20 on everything. This is not that accessible because you need a Water Energy, a Lightning Energy, a Metal Energy, a Colorless Energy. That's a huge attack cost. I know we have Frostma to provide those 2 energies. I know we have Aurora Energy and we have Tapu Koko Prism Star. So technically you could make a deck around Kyogre and just try to set it up. But how you are going to be able to set 2 of these up? That's the question for sure. And also, this has a huge counter in the format in the form of Mew from Unbroken Bonds blocks any of the damage output, and expanded could also be something like Mr. Mime. But the point has been clear from the get-go, and that's going to be that if people are stacking a Mew, which they will for stuff like Rapid Strike, Urshifu VMAX, this card becomes useless, only slapping 80 to the active if Mew is on the bench, and yeah, that's not going to be cutting it for 4 energies. believe it or not. I know this is technically great because you can go for Telescopic Sight on 110 on GX and V Pokemon, And then if you use the attack twice, there's a lot of Pokemon which will actually see the discard pile. We have stuff like Jirachi, Galarian, Zigzagoon, more weak HP Pokemon actually fall thanks to this attack, but not a huge fan of it because people are gonna be playing Mew in the future. I'm sure of that. And also it takes a little bit while. I've also seen that Frostmoth decks in general are not performing as we wanted them to perform. So for now, it's going to be on the number 8 spot. Moving forward, it's going to be number 7. It is Rayquaza. Rayquaza, amazing rare, fantastic looking artwork. It's coming out of the card, very, very menacing Rayquaza, everyone's favorite Hoenn legendary. I think everyone loves Rayquaza. It has amazing burst. Discard all basic energies from this Pokemon. This attack does 80 damage for every type of basic energy you discarded in this way. I have a problem with this because Vikavolt to accelerate lightning and grass energies is not in the format. You need lightning, fighting, and grass energy, and on a cardless Pokemon you also never hit for weakness at all. So that's why it's low up on the list. Your damage output, an 80 times multiplier is very huge. That's a nice thing about this card, but you will need more energies in addition to the 3 awkward energy attack costs in the first place. If you have 3 energies, that's going to be actually 80, 80, 80, and that's 240 damage, and that's not even one-shotting ADP. And you did all that work, so you will need 4 energies on this guy. I don't know how you can accelerate. You could be trying out like the Trumbeak. I think it's also from Vivid Voltage to accelerate energies from the top of the deck. There's Turbo Patch, but it's very clunky to say the least. You can get this maybe off once in a game, but then your deck crumbles, so I don't know how to feel about Rayquaza. If there's ever a Pokemon that has these energy acceleration capabilities like Vikavolt, attaching a grass, attaching lightning, then this card might see play a little bit because you can try to set up 2 Vikavolt and then you just attach fighting off turn or maybe Aurora energy off turn and bam, you slap huge damage. But without a card like the Vikavolt from Sun and Moon back in the days, this card falls a little bit short on the consistency department. Moving forward, we're gonna go to the number 6 spot. Are you guys ready? What is it gonna be? Ta-ta! It is Zacian. At first glance, this card looks amazing. If you look at the damage output, amazing sword, slaps 300 damage onto, if the opponent has any VMAX in play, which most of the top tier decks will have, of course, Eternatus VMAX, Sandcourge VMAX, Rapid Strike, Urshifu VMAX, lots of VMAXs. I also hit for weakness against the Urshifus, by the way, but the problem with this kind of mechanic is that Rusted Sword also doesn't work on this, unfortunately, and you will need Grass Energy, a Psychic Energy, and a Metal Energy. Also, its first attack accelerates to itself from the discard pile, but the opponent will knock you out because you only have 110 HP, unfortunately. But on the other hand, Amazing Sword, 150 damage if the opponent has a VMAX 300. People could just play around this, like, I'm not gonna be going for the VMAX. I know, decks like Eternatus don't have a choice because their, V Pokemon is not that good. But for instance, stuff like Dragapult do have the choice to just, I'm not gonna go for the VMAX, I'm just gonna go for the regular V Pokemon, just knock you out. And other V Pokemon could do the exact same thing, so I don't know how to feel about this. The 300 damage output looks nice. If only it was 330 or something, so you could do one-shot at VMAXs, then it would see play. But for now, I think it is very awkward to get these energies. You cannot have a shortcut with Karate Belt, even though it's not a fighting type Pokemon, but there's no Karate Belt, there's no Tapu Koko Prism Star, there's no Psychic Energy Acceleration. It's very hard to get these energies on in the first place. So number 6 for me. Moving forward, it's going to be number 5, and number 5 is Yveltal. Yeah, the amazing destruction. This card from Shining Fates looked very cool. I love the rainbow pattern on this card. Yveltal comes very much alive, even though it's like the Pokemon of death. The colors are looking very nice, but this guy needs 5 energies to attack. 5 energies. Have you ever gotten 5 energies onto a Pokemon without cheating energies into play? For instance, you will need the Full Blitz to get energies in play, or you will need to Frostmoth energies into play. How do we do that? I know we have Hydreigon. Hydreigon could accelerate Darkness energies, and then we could maybe use Welder and attach off turn for Aurora energy or something. Or maybe we rely on Welder in the first place, attach off turn, maybe some Turbo Patches work out and it's gonna be going that way. Either way, its attack is crazy because your opponent's active Pokemon is now instantly knocked out. It doesn't matter if you're up against the Colossal VMAX with buff padding and all that crazy madness and stone fighting energies, even though it has had 500 bazillion amount of HP, doesn't matter because you automatically one-hit KO a Pokemon with this attack. Getting this off multiple times during a game is going to be the hard part. It's an interesting approach as a win con, but again, 110 HP, people could just be playing, say, I'm not going to go for the VMAX, not going to give the opponent the chance to just take 3 prize cards, instead going to go be relying on either a 1 prize Pokemon, like Eternatus could be playing Spiritomb to just knock out his Yveltal before it does anything. Other decks like, for instance, Colossal could just go for Surfetch as a 2 prize Pokemon to knock this guy out. There's a lot of ways this could go wrong. Also, I haven't even touched upon the fact that if you start attaching and you are not able to get this attack off in one go, opponent could be just Boss's Orders, Yveltal, KO. So that's where my problem lies with a 5 energy attack cost, putting ourselves suitably on the number 5 spot. Number 4 is going to none other than Zamazenta. Zamazenta is a good card. We practiced with Zamazenta a little bit on the channel before. Amazing Shield is great because it prevents all damage done to it by VMAX Pokemon. Pretty much turning yourself into like a semi-Decidueye because VMAX Pokemon cannot touch you, regular V Pokemon can still touch you, and GXs as well, but a shield from VMAX Pokemon is nice. We've seen that it works out against Eternatus. This is like the perfect Eternatus counter, as you actually one-hit KO Eternatus as well because of the ×2 weakness. And you can get this off in one go. For instance, you let yourself get knocked out, no problem, then you go for Karate Belt. Tapu Koko Prism Star, activate, Dance of the Ancients, poof, energies going onto Zamazenta, attach off turn, and boom, Amazing Shield. And the good thing about this is if you're up against something like Eternatus, you hit them for weakness, you take the KO, and you cannot get return KO'd unless they have like a Spiritomb or something that can slap 110 damage instantly. So love this card quite a bit. We have the tools in our format to just deal with certain archetypes. Also 180 is just perfect to knock out, not only can you knock out the Danny GXs and Crobats, it's just a nice thing to have to just protect yourself from VMAX. So one of the better amazing rares for sure. Don't know how you feel about this guy, but it's definitely great in my book. Let's go over to number 3, and that's going to be Raikou. Raikou is great. And the reason that Raikou is great is because you can cheat a little bit with the prize race. You can take multiple prize cards. For instance, you play a Maze Box and you're playing off with Raikou. Raikou, you knock out something like Jirachi and Blacephalon in the Baby Blondes matchup, and then suddenly you take 2 prize cards. So in prize race, you're doing good. You're gonna set this guy up with like Tapu Koko Prism Star, attach of turn, and then maybe a Trumbeak hits, or maybe you have a Turbo Patch that lands successfully. It's only 3 energies that requires you to just use Amazing Shot, and I think it is definitely amazing in my book because taking 2 prize cards simultaneously is going to be great. Not only that, if your opponent has like Crobat and then you could sometimes like Boss's Orders the Crobat and then use the attack, the following turn use it again, take 4 prize cards. So Raikou is one of the better amazing rares for sure. Now to the top 2. Are you guys curious? Are you guys curious? I would have never made this video if TCGO was not down for maintenance, but yeah, I'm having a good time, so I hope you guys enjoy this video as well. If you are enjoying the content, be sure to let me know by destroying that like button. Number 2 goes to Reshiram. Reshiram from Shining Fates. I know getting your hands on Shining Fates is already a hard part on its own, but if you are able to require like 3 or 4 copies of Reshiram, you can actually make a viable deck with it. And the reason for that is that it slaps so much damage, it's easy to set up, and there's still a lot of tag teams running around rampant in the format. And that's why I love about this card. You also have 120 HP, a little bit more than the Zacian and all that came before it. And you actually have double the amount of HP than a Celebi. Mind blown, I know. So we have Amazing Blaze. All of the attacks have like amazing stuff going around for it. And you slap 270 damage, vanilla 270. Wow, the downside, you slap 60 damage to yourself, but who cares? You're turning yourself into a Celebi HP wise, but you slap 270. How crazy, 270. Knocks out the vast majority of the tag team GXs. If you slap down a Galarian Zigzagoon or a Vitality Band, you just one-hit KO any tag team in the game for 3 energies. And what 3 energies they are? Fire, Lightning, and Darkness. I love this. This is easy to set up. We have Viridian Forest. Definitely would be playing this with Viridian Forest, or maybe, yeah, Aurora Energy could also be a thing. But Viridian Forest probably the better bet. You play 4 copies of Welder. You play Tapu Koko Prism Star, a couple of like quick balls and all that. And just your opening turn, let's say you go second. You're able to attack. You just Welder onto Reshiram. Oh, look at that. You draw yourself into a Lightning Energy and a Viridian Forest. Slap down Viridian Forest, get rid of the Lightning Energy, get yourself a Darkness Energy, slap down that Darkness Energy, use Tapu Koko Prism Star, use Switch, Escape Rope, or whatever you have in your deck to switch around, and bam, out of nowhere, you slap 270 on the first turn. evolving V Pokemon, instantly knocked out. Let's say you have an Eternus with an energy on the active, instantly knocked out. You're up against, let's say, ADP, and you have a Galarian Zigzagoon, poof, instantly knocked out. Oh, this is crazy. The damage output is ridiculous. If Tapu Koko Prisma Star is not in your prize cards, you can get this off very quickly. I would suggest playing a couple of Lightning Energies, a couple of Fire Energies, a couple of Darkness Energies, then going for a Viridian Forest build. Maybe play in Marshadow because a lot of people are playing Chaotic Swell, so you can get this going. We will be playing this on the channel very shortly. As soon as like Shining Fates is available, we're going to be testing out Reshiram. I have high hopes for this card. Probably the only amazing rare that was actually going to be seeing somewhat of a little bit of success because the huge amount of tag teams that are still in the format. Okay, and now, the one, the only, number one. Which card is it? Can you guess? 3, 2, 1, you're too late. You already know, it's Jirachi. Jirachi with the Dreamy Revelation. This is a card I have seen play in Colossal decks, has been seen play in Whimsicott decks, have been seen play in ADP decks. This is a very unique card, and it will see play even in the future, like when Jirachi from Team Up rotates. This could be our next thing to grab to consistency. You have Dreamy Revelation. Once during your turn, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck, select one that goes to the hand, the other goes back on top of the deck. You can make some wacky combos. For instance, if you're a Colossal with Eruption Shot, you can make sure that the card on top of the deck is an energy. And other decks, you just draw a little bit deeper into your deck, like with ADP, you try to find your energy switches so you can get your Alter Creation off a little bit quicker. It can use the U-turn board. You can use Air Balloon when U-turn board rotates. And also, it has an attack. I wouldn't ever use it, but sometimes you can be making the deck around it. Amazing Star. We have Metal Saucer. We have an attach of turn, maybe Turbo Patch, I don't know. Search your deck for 7 basic energies and attach them to your Pokemon in any way that you like. So that could also be a way you can try out and make Jirachi work. But the best thing about this card is Dreamy Revelation. Look at the top 2 cards and have extra consistency, as we've seen with Pidgeotto, as we've seen with Zoroark GX, as we've seen with more recently Chinchino. Drawing cards thanks to an ability is good, and that's why Jirachi is my #1 spot for the amazing rare list. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick video of the run through of the top 9 best amazing rare Pokemon. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to let me know by destroying that like button. Let me know what your favorite amazing rare card of all time is down below. Check out our sponsors. We of course have PotownStore.com. That is going to be the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards. And actually, our yeah, let's just make that Jirachi disappear a little bit. It's gone. So as you can see, you can use the coupon code ZapDoseTCG for 5% of your next order if you get yourself some TCGO code cards on none other than PotownStore.com. Also, you should check out Card Market if you are a European player. It is very fantastic to just get yourself some cards that you want or sell cards. You can buy and sell cards to people all across Europe on cardmarket.com. So definitely check out yeah, that website as well if you're a European player. Hopefully you guys will stick around for more videos. Tomorrow there's another video coming and it's going to be interesting. TCGO will be back online, I'm sure of it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with more Pokemon TCG content. Subscribe so you don't miss out. Peace!